Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to make Ariella's baby food. I figured I'd show you guys what I make for her and how I make her food. So I have a few recipes. I'm gonna be making applesauce and then like spinach with some fruit and some spinach with some veggies. So it'd be just like carrots, peas, and spinach. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how I make them, so maybe it'll help you guys get some ideas, and maybe it'll help you like learn how to make baby food as well if you're interested in making some, instead of going to the store and spending tons of money on baby food. So without further ado, let's get this video started. Okay, so I have the freezer tray here. And I have another one as well. I use this one for the refrigerator, and I have some cut up veggies. So in the jars I have mangoes, apples, and spinach. Here I have some frozen raspberries. I also have some blackberries and some strawberries. And I also have the steam tray as well, just so it'll be easier to put the apples in it. I have the baby bullet, which is what I'll be using for today, and I love it. I will also be using the smaller cup instead of the bigger one, just so I don't overportion her food. I have an apple, and I also have a mango. So we will see how that turns out, because I never bought one before. And I also have baby spinach. I'm going to start off with the apple first, since it needs to be steamed. So I'm going to peel it and chop it. So I didn't take all of the skin off the apple, just because I wanted to see how Ariella would like the skin on an apple. So when I make her applesauce, I am going to like leave some skin in it and see how she likes it and whatnot. So I'm going to cut it into bigger pieces, and then I'm going to actually like chop it up in really small pieces, just because it cooks better. So here's the overall look of it, and I'm going to put it into the steamer. So usually I actually like set my steamer for 5 or 6 minutes for apples. I always set it 30 seconds more than what I usually set it for, just so it can actually warm up and heat up and everything. So now I'm cutting up the strawberry, and I'm going to basically just prep all of her meals that I will be blending and making for her. Okay, so the apples are done. I'm going to check them real quick just to make sure they're cooked all the way. So I'm just gonna poke them with a fork, and hopefully they are cooked. And they still feel a little bit kind of like hard, not as soft as I wanted them to be. So I am going to put them back in for about 5 more minutes. Okay, so here are the apples. They are finally done. So I am going to pour them into the small cup, and I will have some left over, so I'll use them for another recipe. I did add some cinnamon, and I am going to mix it up a little bit and add just a small amount of water. As you can see in the cup, you don't want to add too much because it will be too watered down. I am trying to make some applesauce, so I'm going to put it in the blender, and I will show you how easy it is to use it. As you can see, the consistency is perfect. It is not watered down, and it's not too thick. Okay, so next I put the applesauce in these containers, and I marked it on the 18th, which is the day that I made the food, so I can keep track in case it gets old. Okay, next I am going to blend a mix of berries together. So after I poured some into the containers, I had some left over, and I decided to add some spinach into the blend as well. So here's what it looks like after everything was mixed. Next, I have spinach with strawberries. I actually bought this from the store and she loved it, so I decided to make some. And I did add some water to it, just because it was so thick and it wouldn't blend. So this is the consistency. It is a little bit on the watery side, but that's okay. I didn't expect it to be really thick. So I'm just gonna pour it into the containers and mark it on the 18th. And I'm going to freeze some as well. So now I am making mangoes, apples, and spinach. I am going to throw it in the blender real quick. And this is what the consistency looks like. It is a little bit thicker than the other ones. So here's all her meals. This one is mixed berry. These two are applesauce, mangoes, apples, and spinach. And the one on the end, this is just apples and spinach. And I also made carrots, peas, and spinach for her. And this is what it looks like. So it's not too thin or too thick. So here is all of her baby food that I made. So this container and this one are going in the freezer. This is in the fridge. And here are some chopped up veggies for her to munch on as well. And in the baby food containers, I just have what was left over, and I pour them into there. So don't worry about the labels. I ended up reusing the baby jars. I like them because the glass and they're not plastic like the other ones that you can buy from the store. So I figured why not save them and reuse them.
Okay, say hi. Say hi. It's you. She sees herself.
So she's laughing at herself?
Mm-hmm.